So we all know and love the standard 12 notes. But what would happen if we went and doubled the amount of notes we use in our standard tuning? Well, we'd get the 24 EDO tuning. This tuning is truly a natural extension of the 12-tone scale. It's been used all over the world for centuries, and it's often referred to as the quarter-tone scale. So today, let's go over some of the basics behind it. Okay, today we continue our journey moving through Lumatone's factory presets. These presets include some of the more popular microtonal tunings. So far we've covered some of the basics of the 31, the 19, and the 22 EDO tuning. Now it's time to take a look at the 24 EDO mapping. As always, for those unaware, EDO stands for equal divisions of the octave. So in this case, we are splitting the octave up by 24 notes, which are all equally spaced from each other. Since we are exactly doubling the amount of notes from our standard 12-tone tuning, this mapping is actually, in concept, a really easy one to grasp. So whereas in the 12 EDO scale, each step increases by a semitone, in 24 EDO, each step now increases by a quarter tone. Which is why this world-famous tuning is often referred to as the quarter tone scale. Like any tuning, they can be notated in different ways, but today we will stick to the way it's notated in your Lumatone manual, which will include two accidentals that might be new to you. The half sharp, represented as a plus symbol, and the half flat, represented as a lowercase d. Other than that, we just got your standard naturals and sharps, which, unlike in other microtonal tunings, are tuned precisely the same as 12 EDO. So let's just run through all 24 notes here so you can get an idea of how they're laid out. So as you can see, we now have 12 new notes that are tucked in between each of the standard 12-tone notes we are all used to. So let's take a look at where these notes sit and how it's going to slightly change some of the basic shapes we've become used to with other microtonal mappings. Okay, so the simple major third triad shape is now going to look a little different than it does in all the other mappings we've looked at so far. Our naturals here are represented by the white keys. Instead of our natural notes just continuing on in the row below our C, D, and E, it now continues on 2 rows below it here with our F, G, A, and B. So now our major triad shape is going to look like this, and our minor triad is going to look like this. The sharps are represented by the purple keys, the half flats are represented by the dark blue, and the half sharps are represented by these light green keys, with the exception of E half sharp and B half sharp represented by the lighter blue here. Alright, so as always with new notes comes new flavors of thirds. Let's take a look at what we're dealing with here. So when shuffling through the different thirds, you basically will either raise or lower the third by 1 quarter tone. And since each quarter tone ascends up this axis, it really is a breeze figuring things out quickly. So if our major third triad shape looks like this, moving that third up 1 quarter tone will give us our super major triad. One quarter tone below the major third, we find our neutral third triad. 1 quarter tone back from the neutral, we'll find the minor third. And finally, a quarter tone back from that will give us our sub minor triad. Incorporating some of these quarter tones into scales can start to reveal some of the unique flavors that you'll find in Turkish and Persian and Arabic music. You might have heard of the Arabic maqam system. It's a set of modes used in those forms of music, and all those modes make use of quarter tones. Anyways, right up a C scale, you could bring in a neutral third and 7 to get this kind of vibe. Which can be a good starting point for experimenting with some of the fantastic traditional music of West Asia. But I think any tuning, this one included, can be tinkered with to add something special to all genres and styles. Knowing some of the basics and using your eyes and ears can be a lot of fun, and you never really know what you're going to come up with. And writing stuff that doesn't sound good is part of the process. Exhibit A. Okay, so there's a quick run through of some of the basics of 24 EDO, but we will be coming back around to it to explore it more in depth. If any of you out there have been playing around with this tuning on your Lumatone, or any others for that matter, we'd love it if you could send us some clips and we could showcase it on our socials. This community is really starting to grow, and it's been great to see this instrument in action in all the different ways it can be used. But thanks to you all for watching and subscribing. Appreciate you as always, and we'll see you soon.